It's time to wake up San Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you with us on CCN Sunrise today. We have a great show for you today. Also, we have the infamous, famous Jordan Utley with us today as the co-host. So thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having
Absolutely. And we have the morning buzz. Fidel Castro has passed away.
He has, officially.
Long reign. And we're going to talk about that on the morning buzz today.
Also, we'll have Daryl Brooke, Monrovia Trust and Probate Attorney. And finally, Elle Lynn with Le Monsieur is here to help all the gentlemen out there find their suit they need.
And you are going to look fabulous in that
Thank
suit.
you. I hope so.
I think so for sure. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors and advertisers.
Crown City News is sponsored by Foothill Transit, San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership, Pasadena Federal Credit Union, EH Financial, Ganal Lumber, Siren Arts Productions. Thank you for your support of Crown City News.
We have really great sponsors like Color Dots. Visit them at colordotinc.com and you can check them out. Sponsor us and we will promote you on the show for sure. Now for the morning buzz. The Cuban dictator Fidel Castro has died.
The man
after
that
the
we've
age
been
of 90.
trying to assassinate since the 60s has finally kicked the bucket.
Absolutely. So
a lot of people have been getting in trouble apparently just from making fun of this guy's death. The communism's still really apparent in Cuba and fascism's still really apparent. If you are caught mocking this guy, you can get arrested and you could even get beaten. That's what happened to this one kid, Daniel.
In the country, in Cuba. I'm also finding it kind of fascinating. Even the Pope didn't come out and say anything in regards to the brutal killings that he inflicted on people. But his comment was somewhat vague, but they mourn the country, that he mourns the country. But I was a little surprised that there wasn't something else to be said, that maybe Cuba will move forward with a new light now. And his brother is 85.
Is he ruling now? He's in charge.
He is in charge now. However, how long will he be able to rule as an 85-year-old? And then what will happen to Cuba beyond that point? Not to mention the fact that for generations this has been taking place now. And he's the second longest dictator, probably longest dictator, but the second longest living ruler other than Queen Elizabeth. And so he's had influence for generations and generations. How long will it take to bring the country back to where they could have been prior to his reign?
How will this affect their economy? Because I remember hearing a long time ago that we had close financial ties with Cuba. We were actually considering building casinos down there, and then all of a sudden the Cold War happened. Communism obviously spread.
Well, and everyone else is. Every other country has their hotels
their
and
economy
so forth
boosts
down there
because of this freedom. Now that we're able to exchange communications.
Yeah, and it'll also be interesting to see how Trump, President-elect Trump, comes in and how he interacts. Because it seems like there were more concessions under the Obama administration. And so it will be interesting to see how the embargo takes place and what happens that way. Just, we were talking a little bit earlier too about the deaths. And it's really not known exactly how many deaths. They were thinking anywhere from 4,000 to 33,000. I mean,
which is quite a big spread.
A huge spread. So they were saying as kind of a middle ground that it would be 15 million.
That sounds
and
about
so
right.
if you look at that in comparison to the size of our country and their country, we have 318 million people in our country. They have 7 million. So if you look at, say, the average of 15 million people, in percentages, that would equate to the numbers in our country. He would have killed 680,000 people.
More than 500,000 just under his rule.
Right. So
that's scary.
I think we can just hope and pray that his brother will, we will not have the same kind of dictatorship, and that we can move away
Hopefully
from
we can mend these
communism.
ties,
Absolutely.
Ease the tension.
Absolutely.
So what's coming up next?
What do we have up next? Up next, we have, it's really hard for senior citizens when we're dealing with issues where we have to go to court, and some of those people need help.
Yes, attorney Daryl Brooke joins us to discuss conservatorship and elder abuse cases that he was successful in. Coming up.